Hi, I'm Gabrielle Tozer and I'm the author of young adult novels and children's books with HarperCollins. My latest book is called Can't Say It Went to Plan, which is a pretty fitting title for the last few years. And today I'm super excited because I'm going to read you a little excerpt from the book. A little bit about it. I wrote this over a few years and it all goes down at the wonderful world of schoolies, which for those of you who don't know is that wild week after the year 12 exams have finished where anything and anything can happen. I was lucky enough, somehow pulled it off to go to schoolies for a whopping 17 days when I finished year 12. I don't know how I pulled it off. My parents were really strict. I still don't know if I imagined the whole thing, but it was a really transformative, exciting, challenging time. And I always knew that it could make fantastic location to set a young adult novel. So I'm super thrilled to have this book out on the shelves and people are enjoying being entertained by the ups and downs of the adventures of my characters. The book actually follows three protagonists, Samira, Zoe and Dahlia. They're strangers, they don't know each other and they're having very different experiences up there on this big holiday. And their storylines are loosely being connected in some interesting ways. So today I'm going to read you a little excerpt from Dahlia's story. So a little thing about Dahlia, she's had a bit of a rough time in the last few years of senior high school. Her and her friends, one of their best friends passed away, and basically this trip for them is in her memory. They're doing it for her. It's the last thing she wants to do. But her friend Stevie, who passed away, really wanted this trip to be like a bonding experience for the girls, to bring them together and hopefully create some incredible memories for the rest of their lives. Stevie, who passed, was a really extroverted, vivacious, and exciting girl who everyone loved. And her friends really want to do her proud, but they're struggling with their grief. It's only been a year and yeah, all this kind of starts to unravel for them while they're away on this holiday. Stevie also wrote a list of things that she never got to do before she passed away, and that list has been found by the girls and they want to try to make their way through the list if they can, to try to make her memory, like try to make her proud. One of the many things on the list is going through a haunted house. So the chapter I'm going to read to you today, or part of the chapter I'm going to read to you today, goes down in a haunted house, which is loosely based on a haunted house I visited in America probably about 4 or 5 years ago, which was one of the funniest, most scary experiences of my life. And ever since that happened, I knew I wanted to put it into one of my stories, and I'm so glad it found a home in this book. It was very fitting. I've created a fictional theme park, which is kind of like an amalgamation of everything from Dreamworld, Movie World, Universal Studios, Wonderland, the whole combination. So this one is called Wonder World. I'm just going to dive into the center of this chapter and kind of get right into the good stuff. Dahlia and her friend Kiko are exploring the theme park together while their other friend Florence is off having a flirt with a few boys. These two have been fighting a little bit, so there's a bit of tension, and they're fighting because they've found out about the list and it's making them feel a bit sad, a bit anxious, and they're looking for something to distract them. So I'm just going to dive in to the middle of Dahlia's chapter. Over Kiko's shoulder looms the Wonderworld spooky house of horrors, an old-looking building covered with spiderwebs, rusty chains, and fake blood dripping down the walls. Dahlia's heart races. Stevie had a haunted house on her to-let list. You want to tick something off, she suggests, pointing. Kiko's jaw drops when she turns around to see the haunted house. I didn't think that was your speed. Angry vampires and decapitated mummies and corpses and all that. You want me to face scary stuff, Dahlia says, then nudges Kiko to soften the mood. Besides, all those somber ghouls, I'll fit right in, huh? Oh, and wait, She pulls out the folded list and passes it to Kiko. It's yours. Thanks for taking good care of it for her. My pleasure, Kiko says, slipping the list into her pocket. Now, let's find us a werewolf. As they walk closer to the entrance, they can hear shrieking and rattling coming from inside. Maybe we should go on the Ferris wheel, Dahlia murmurs. Loud screaming echoes from deep within the house. An enter if you dare sign hangs on the wall next to the ticket counter. Dare you, whispers Kiko. Dare you back. They step inside. Cobwebs hang from the ceiling and a deep creaking noise reverberates in the distance. Faded portraits of wizened old men and women line the entrance, their dusty frames lined with a thick red substance. Is that blood? Hisses Kiko, linking her arm through Dahlia's. It's fake, all for effect, Dahlia whispers. Keep moving. They turn a corner and enter a long, shadowy hallway lined with spindly glow-in-the-dark skeletons. They edge past peeling wallpaper and long, jagged scratch marks on the wall. The air smells dank with a hint of wet wood. A large vampire mannequin stands in one corner. As they pass, it hisses and bares its fangs. Kiko clings tighter to Dahlia. That hunk of plastic scared the hell out of me. A shiver goes down Dahlia's spine. She feels a cold breath on the back of her neck. Stop breathing on me, Kiko. I'm not. My hand is over my mouth. I've nearly chewed my nails off. Dahlia stops. Seriously? You're not doing it? Her hand flies to the back of her neck. Then what was... Oh shit, let's keep going. The sound of wailing fills the room behind them as they approach a door. As they argue about who should open it, the wailing gets louder. It's getting closer, Kiko whimpers. Dahlia swings open the door and links her fingers through Kiko's. Come on! Rubber snakes drop from the ceiling at their feet. They scream and surge forward into a thick fog, spluttering as they swipe at cobwebs all around them. I can't do this, Kiko says. Where's the exit? I think I'm having a heart attack. I can't. You can, Dahlia says, holding up their interlinked fingers. I'm here. It's just a fog machine. We're nearly done. The temperature drops as they round another corner. Fake blood is splattered on the floor and ceiling, and 4 mummies wrapped in thick bandages line the wall. I see you, Kiko yells at the first mummy. I know you're up to something. Keep walking, Dahlia says. Remember the vampire? Fake, fake, fake. They pass the mummies and walk towards a glowing light. The exit, Kiko cheers. See, that wasn't so bad, Dahlia says. A few more steps, then we're... An icy hand graces her shoulder. She gasps, causing Kiko to shriek, and they jolt around to see the 4 mummies lurching at them, arms out, heads locked at disturbing angles. The girls stumble backwards, their cries lost beneath the mummies' howling. Kiko almost snaps Dahlia's wrist as they cling to each other's hands. A cloud of wispy cobwebs wraps around them as, flailing and shrieking, they dash towards the exit. Still holding hands, they sprint into the sunlight. Panting, Kiko leans over, trying to slow her breathing. Dahlia is laughing, still in shock. Did you see them? Kiko asked, breathless. We could have died. Suddenly, one of the mummies charges out of the exit behind them, arms out, lurching in their direction. It expels a deep roar, and Dahlia and Kiko leap together and scream. Nope, yells Kiko, half giggling, half terrified as she pulls at Dahlia's hand. Nope, nope, nope. They laugh as they run down twisting alleyways and pathways, past a merry-go-round and fairy floss stalls. That was... Kiko's face is as pink as Dahlia's hair. Amazing. It was, hey. Dahlia wonders if her cheeks are as rosy as Kiko's. Should we go again? Absolutely, positively, definitely 1,000 times, no way. Once for Stevie is enough for me. How do the actors playing the mummies not get punched in the face 50 times a day, Dahlia asks. I was about to clock them. You were my hero in there, Kiko says. I couldn't have done it without you. Dahlia blushes. You did the same for me on the plane. They swap little smiles before breaking eye contact. Kiko skips ahead, passing food trucks and stalls, and pauses in front of a van to order blueberry slushie. She slurps the drink and passes it to Dahlia. Your turn, she says, her lips stained as blue as the sea. I know you'll like it. Confident. Well, I know you, Kiko pauses. I think I do. Dahlia takes a sip. You do, she admits. And I really am sorry, I've been unbearable. You don't have to apologize, Dahlia. Grief. It goes on and swells and fades and even disappears sometimes, only to come roaring back when you least expect it. Kiko tilts her head. Stevie wrote a big list. She dreamt big. I'd get through the things on it quicker if I had someone to do them with. Interesting. Dahlia's lips slide into a smirk. Are you taking applications for the position? Do you know anyone? I have someone in mind. They walk in silence for a few steps before Kiko jolts in excitement. Photo booth, we have to do it. They squeeze inside the tiny booth, thighs pressing together, and fumble at the buttons. As the timer counts down, they laugh hysterically and debate how to pose. Then the light flashes, locking in the moment. The photos spit out of the machine and the girls huddle in close for a look. Dahlia's breath catches. In the first shot, Kiko is winking with a crooked grin, while Dahlia flashes a smile so luminous, it's like she's remembered how good things can feel if you let go. So that's a really special chapter for me, and it was one of the most enjoyable ones to write because Dahlia has really been through so much, and even on the way on to this trip, something pretty crazy happens to the girls on the plane that almost makes her want to just turn around and not go on the holiday. So that this was a real turning point for Dahlia, and also for her relationship with Kiko, their friendship, and it's just really special to me, and I'm just so thrilled that people can now go out and pick up a copy of this book and read it. So thanks for listening.